In this video, I'm gonna explain to you guys everything that I would do again, step by step, if I started my clothing brand, starting with step number 1, manufacturing, step number 2, website design and branding, step number 3, socials and content strategy, step number 4, creating a community, and step number 5, finally scaling the business. So with that being said, we're gonna head on to the gym, and as I start my workout, I'm gonna get into each point more in detail from start to finish, and then make sure you watch till the end because I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much I made in the first year of business of starting First Health. So the first point that we wanna get into here when starting a clothing brand from scratch is manufacturing and creating an actual product. So if I were to go back in time and did this again, the first thing I would do is go on a local manufacturing website or an overseas manufacturing website like Alibaba per se, we'll take that as an example, and figure out all the manufacturers out there that are providing a similar product that you want to create. So I'd go into Alibaba, I would click on all the verified suppliers that have been around for multiple years. I'd research each person's or each factory's annual revenue. A good standard that I see for manufacturers I want to work with is when they're having at least 250K USD of annual sales on their store, which gives me a good range of, okay, like they have other valid customers that they're supplying to as well. And if they've been in business for at least 3+ years, so basically they know what they're doing and they can guide you into the right spots too, and you can ask them certain questions that maybe you don't know the answer to yet. So I'd go deeper into the store, I'd look at their entire catalog to see what kind of products they currently offer, what kind of fabrics they offer, the weight of the fabric, the material of the fabric, the size range. Then I would probably message 5 to 8 of them and ask them for the certain designs that I'm looking to get. And at that point, I would base it off of, okay, which one responded to me quicker, which one speaks good English, which one actually fulfills the requirements that I have to create this product. And then once I have a few of them, I'd pick probably 3 or 4 of them and get samples made. So these samples are just like testing the product of exactly what you want to make. And at that point, then you can judge, okay, these are the manufacturers that I got my samples from, how long was the delivery, how long was the production time, how fast did it come to me, and then you can actually analyze the products in hand, see how the seam was, how the design was it up to standard and sizing that you had asked for, were the colors true to the colors that you had asked for, did they cheap out on any fabrics or brushing, or was it up to standard basically. So quality testing is the number one thing that you want to look for when you're looking for these manufacturers, but this is step 1 on how to find one.
Oh, you could have added the plate if there's 2 of us now.
Stop talking.
Nice, come on.
Okay, 2 more. Help.
Push. Oh, you.
More help, more.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay, so the second step to this topic is setting up your website and your brand, obviously. So it's a really awesome platform that I recommend to anyone, and that's not sponsored either, is Shopify. I have used that for multiple brands now, and I continue to use it for First Health as well and First Health Club. The reason for that is because it's a platform that has everything simplified for you in terms of setting up your product pages, in terms of types of themes that you can use, and also it has tons of apps that you can use to improve performance of your website, the conversion of your website, and just the overall user experience too. So Shopify would be the best bet for you to start off with, and it's only like $40-50 a month. It's a small investment you make to set up your company. Set up the website on Shopify, then I would figure out like what type of brand look I want to give. That means the type of colors I want to use consistently on the website. Like for us, it was like the blue, black, and gray, whites. Like I probably use like 3 to 5 colors and stay consistent to those color codes, whether you're using on the website or on your socials or really anywhere else that has the brand presence. The type of fonts that you're using also matter. So you want a consistent look to the website and your socials and any sort of marketing. So I would say like 2 to 3 fonts that you consistently use on your site is a good bet. where when the viewer is just flowing through your site, everything just looks kind of seamless. It's not like this font is here and this font is there and that one's bold and this one's cursive, and then you have blue and pink, and it just looks like all messy and crowded. So you want to give it a nice seamless flow for everything. So having consistent colors and consistent fonts on your site is going to be a big thing. To further go into this step number 2 of setting up the website properly, if I went a little bit deeper into this point, I'd also want to make sure that my product photos are professionally taken. It's a nice white background or any sort of other backdrops that you use, as long as they look professional. This is the perception that you want to give always, where you're a real brand, a real company, when these people are coming on your site and spending their money to buy products and services from you. So making sure that you have consistent high quality images on each product, and then on top of that, all the description is well placed. If you don't know how to do proper descriptions, it's easy. You can just literally go on other similar brands, see what kind of descriptions they have, tweak it, make it into your own, and give it a similar vibe. So the potential viewers, the customers that are gonna buy from you, they're probably shoppers of competitors too. So when they look at description, they get a similar vibe to it as well. And that's something that you want to stay consistent with each product as well. And on top of that, adding a nice size guide if you are selling some sort of like apparels or clothing, or any sort of description details where your customers will want to know how to use this product or service properly. So you have a guideline of that too, and maybe things to avoid, like directions of how to wash or dry or not to do or not to iron, and anything else really as well. Another thing that I'll talk about is the home page. I think this is the most important page or tab of your website. So it's the first thing that your customers are going to see. So making sure that as soon as they click on it, your front banner is always interactive. Either you have some sort of cool drops or videos added, which keeps the retention of your potential buyers. Maybe you have some sort of offers on the top as well, free shipping, things like that, where it still keeps retention from potential customers. And then as you scroll down, there's a bunch of things that you want to promote. So whether it is like your top sellers that you're promoting, whether it's a certain collection you're promoting, some things that you do as a brand that separates you from others. So maybe some nonprofit stuff, or what makes you different from other competitors, the type of, maybe it could be like the materials that you use, the colors that you're known for, and really anything else that distinguishes you from the competitors. So the homepage is your main page. So make sure you put maximum effort into that, and then that leads you into other collections, which when the viewer or the customer is shopping, they can then browse and navigate through your site very seamlessly, and then can go back into the homepage very seamlessly if they want to look for any other details. And then lastly, and point number 2, on the bottom and on the top, I would always have some sort of customer service contact, so it's easy for your potential customers to reach out to you if you have any questions, whether it's your email, whether it's your phone number. And then on the bottom, you can have some sort of return and refund policies as well, and any sort of FAQs where potentially, if you don't want to deal with, as you scale the brand, like many hundreds and thousands of customers, that the basic questions are all dealt with at the bottom of the page, and the customer can easily navigate that and answer themselves. And if they still can't answer it, then you know that they can just contact you through email or in phone number, which at the end of the day just helps improve conversion and helps give your brand a more professional look. The third point that I would do in this topic to properly set up my clothing brand is to set up my socials. So it's something that when you're especially an e-commerce brand, an online brand, that you have to take very seriously. First things first, I would create a name that is consistent on all 3 platforms, so it's easy to search for customers when they're looking on these platforms. First Help, for example. Then I would make sure that all bios match, so what kind of brand you are. In my bio I write premium clothing brand. Then I would have my website right under in all 3 platforms, so it's easy to click on the website when people are coming on your social platforms. And then third, any other detail that you think that's important for your customers to know as well, whether it's a new drop coming up or something that they should look out for. So all three of these pages are properly set up. Obviously, you need to create content. So that's where UGC content comes in, which is user-generated content, and then also organic content that you create professionally as well. So when it comes to UGC content, what you would need to do is find your potential community, your followers, your customers on each platform, where let's say hypothetically for Instagram, you can go into hashtags, clothing, apparel, Toronto Fitness, Cali Fitness, gyms, all these things, even like going onto Reels, seeing potential people that are wearing your products, in this case clothing brand, you would reach out to them, potentially have products that you can send off to them, where then they'll create content for you in exchange for gifted products. So this is a strategy that's very underrated. You don't have to spend any money on this. All you need to do is have enough product that you can send to these potential content creators that would want to work with you, that then create content for you, which you can use on your feed. This works on Instagram, then this works on TikTok, and surely it works on YouTube as well. For us, the long format YouTube worked better, where we sent products to review, like town halls, to content creators on YouTube, and it's something that you can do as well. If they want to get paid and you have some budget, a couple $100, send it their way, because it will convert. If you can do enough research and find people who just do gifted collabs, there's tons of them out there as well. It's a time that you'll have to spend into researching those people, but a couple things that I can do to find those people on Instagram. Reels is a really big thing, so just surfing through hundreds and hundreds of Reels, finding their profiles, DMing them there, clicking on related profiles from the ones that you found, DMing them, clicking on their followers and following and finding related profiles that you would want to work with and messaging them. So that's the UGC side. And on the flip side, once you have these products in hand, you can also make your own content. So if you don't know how to create content, I would definitely practice that yourself. It shouldn't just be all UGC. You should be able to create your own content too, whether it's in a studio professionally, or it's outside on a road, whatever, or it's in the gym. But you need to be able to get good at this, where you can understand what good content looks like and feels like and how to create it. And that'll just help you pick better UGC collaborations as well. So once you do have these products, pick a studio, figure out how you can create some good professional content for your feed, which could look kind of similar to your website as well, but at the same time a little bit different, where it's like a little bit more lifestyle content. So workout reels in the gym, or try on hauls in a studio or a fitting room, or walking in the street in like your new fresh fit. All of these things I would imply today that will then hopefully pick up on the Explore feed and will engage with people and bring me new customers. So the fourth point in this topic is creating a community. Once you've set up the website, you have your products going, you have your pages going, the fourth point is creating a community. So how you would do that, or how I would do that, is take it day by day. So you're not gonna, this is a step that's not gonna be created overnight. Maybe the other three steps you can do faster, but for this one specifically, it's gonna take daily grind, day by day, gaining followers, using referral methods, using good product, using good marketing strategies, dropping new products, and then scaling that day by day until you do create a community. So if I were to start from scratch today, how I would create a community is initially fully focused on my content strategy. So I'd want to make sure that I have enough content being posted on a daily on Instagram in a carousel format when I'm dropping new products, or in a reel format, whether I'm dropping new products or I have some events coming up, I have sales coming up, and I just want to show in different ways of how to wear the product in a creative way. And then I do the same thing on TikTok, where I would use more of a carousel strategy, because that's what's working right now. I'd make the content a little bit more low exposure as well, have text overlays over as well, so it tells you a bit more of a story. It's not one thing that's gonna make you win or one thing that's gonna create a huge community for you. It's the daily consistent grind of posting content over time that will bring new traffic to your social pages, which will potentially convert some of them into followers, which then you can either DM or do some sort of promos that lead them to your website and potentially end up converting into a real customer, which will then give you their contact info, like their phone number or their email, and create a whole email list and other marketing funnels. The fifth point of this topic is setting up marketing funnels. This is a point that is going to help scale your business from nothing to potentially 6, 7, 8 figures. And how you would do that is basically collecting data. So as you do the first steps correctly, you're going to get traffic coming into your site, coming into your socials, but then you got to do something about that traffic as well. So what I would suggest is on your website, have pop-ups set up, so when they go on your website initially, there's some sort of offer, whether it's a 30% discount code or a $50 gift card, but that incentive pops up as soon as they're surfing on the site, maybe 10 seconds, 7 seconds after browsing through the home page, and then that pop-up arrives, they get an incentive. You can also run potentially Facebook ads and Instagram ads where you have marketing funnels set up on your website. So that ad, let's say it's like win a $400 gift card, enter your email, it has like a link to your website, takes you to the website. There's a page there of how you're gonna qualify to win the $400 gift card, whether it's a draw, an entry, and then you have a date selected that you're gonna pick the winner on this time a week from now. Everybody puts in their emails, you keep collecting data, and at the end of the week, you select one of those people to win the $400 gift card. So the final point in this topic now, which is a bonus point, is scaling. So hypothetically, if you did all of these first 5 points correctly, it will bring you to the point of scaling, which is something that obviously every business wants to do at some point, and that's going to take time. So once you do have all these steps in place, the next things you want to do is obviously have more products on the site. That's going to come with experience of how to create good products. So I have another video up like that too, and I could potentially make another one in the future, how to consistently create winning products. At the same time, when it comes to content, you're pushing out the correct content on a daily basis consistently, and then over the course of months and years, it'll get to a point where you can start scaling the brand as well. You want to make sure that everything that you do in business, nothing is going to be perfect up front. You're going to test some things, many things aren't going to work, and some things are. The things that work, you want to make sure that you do them as fast as possible, as much as possible, until they eventually stop working, because they will. Nothing really lasts forever, so you do want to make sure that you're super self-aware and super aware of your business as well. Like, okay, these are what my customers currently want. I'm going to provide that to them as fast as possible, in the best version as possible, until they don't mess with it anymore, and then I'll stop that and do something else. And on a daily basis, you just keep doing that. It'll stack up until years down the road, you have 40, 50, 60,000 customers, you have consistent revenue that's coming in, you have hundreds of products on the site, you have hundreds, if not thousands, of content on multiple platforms. That's really it. If I were to start my clothing brand today, these are all the steps that I would take one by one until I get to the point where I am scaling the brand into 6 figures. So with that being said, I'll put a quick little shot here. So like I said, if you stay till the end of the video, I'm gonna show you guys of how much we made in the first year business. See, it's 287,000 roughly. If I like scroll through it, I can see like in the first really couple months, it was only like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It came up to like springtime, April, May, where we're doing like 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 18 type of thousand. Going into summertime, we started building into the scaling point where we're now doing like 18 to 20, 25,000, and eventually going into October and November time where we started hitting like 25 to 40,000. To start another brand from scratch, these are the exact steps that I would take step by step until I get to the point where everything is properly set up and I get into the scaling. You can imply all of these things into your own business as well, but I'm gonna leave the video on that. With that being said, see you guys in a couple days. Peace.